Robinhood getting a late pop today on a report saying Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX seeking a pathway to buy the company. And joining us to discuss, Dan Dolev from Mizuho. Dan, Robinhood's up more than 17% right now. What does that say, well, first of all, about Robinhood and the chances of this happening, and then about a bunch of these growth stocks that have been beaten down?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's surprising and it's not surprising because it just shows you, and we've always said it, and you remember we've always talked about it, how great of a business Robinhood is. And there's going to be, FTX, I don't know, I saw the news, they denied talking M&A, but there's going to be a lot of suitors for this business. It's a fantastic business with amazing engagement. They really captured a generation. And I think that if it's not them, someone else is going to be interested. So I'm not surprised. I think the stock is going up, and this is a great business. I think for the overall space, to answer your question, there's going to be probably more activity in the space given the valuations right now.
Okay, Josh, great business. I mean, people were talking about a great business at 70. Now it's at 9.
Well, no. So Sam Bankman-Fried is very smart. The book value here is $7 billion. They have cash on the books of like $6 billion. So basically, they can almost buy this company for free, assuming they're not about to pay a 40 or 50% premium. And one of the things Sam has done at FTX that Coinbase didn't do correctly, Robinhood didn't do correctly, is he recognized there's no need to hire hundreds of engineers in the middle of a bubble. So he's only got a couple of dozen engineers at FTX, and he is competing with companies that have hundreds of them. And I think immediately he takes some of the cost out of Robinhood. But I still fail to see how this is a great business. The average user has $240 in their Robinhood account. The amount they make per user is declining, has been declining quarter after quarter, and their user growth has now gone negative. They are net losing customers. I'm not sure what's great about this other than if the curve steepens, there is some net interest from cash balances. What else are they doing here right?
Dan, weigh in on this, because there's all this talk about Robinhood democratizing the markets, which I really thought E-Trade did a generation ago. I didn't see what the democratization was. And, if there is very little cash on average in customer accounts right now to spend, and if all of this rah-rah options trading by amateurs is going away, why is this business good?
And I want to push back on this one, and I think those are great points, but it's very easy to make these points on the back of the best year equities have ever had, which is 2021. So everything in relation to last year looks awful. And the way we look at it is basically, what is the second and third derivative doing? And if you look in the numbers, basically a lot of these things that you mentioned, Josh, are actually they're bottoming, they're troughing, right? So the decline in the users is actually getting slower. The decline in the ARPU isn't that bad. So it's basically coming off a huge mountain of last year, and it's getting normalized. Remember, COVID is a round trip. Everything that went up goes down. And I think once you get that reset, you'll see that the engagement, people on Robinhood use the app more than people on Coinbase, more than on any other app. And that is very valuable. You cannot get it unless you have it, right? It's a very valuable asset. They really reinvented trading. And I think that they're getting that generation early on. And that, we look at it like in a 5-year time horizon. And I think it's very smart to, what's happening today. I agree with that.
Yeah, Josh, in a way, isn't this a microcosm of the market? Like, have we gotten too negative on the market in general, not believing last week's rally perhaps, and we were in this pause moment of being able to consider what to do for the rest of the week? Have we gotten too negative on Robinhood? Is it possible?
No. If you paid attention to what was revealed during the hearings, the best week Robinhood ever had was also its worst week, because they did not have the net capital in place to facilitate the level of volume during the GameStop trading frenzy. Thank God for Robinhood that immediately following the GameStop and AMC meme cresting, they had Dogecoin come along. But this is a company that has only ever gotten close to being profitable during months and quarters where there was a horrific investment bubble that was soon to rip out the lungs and hearts of the people who played along with it. It's literally a firm that rides along, bouncing on top of bubbles. So you will be right that this is a great business if and when we have the next speculative fever or bubble in the market, because Robinhood will push as many of its users as it can via the user interface and all kinds of other tricks within the app to take part in that bubble. But bubbles blow, and in the aftermath, you end up with what we have now, which is literally millions of teenagers and recently teenagers sitting with a couple of $100 worth of blown up options trades and margin balances. And that honestly does not look like a great investment business. You can buy Schwab right now. You can buy Goldman Sachs. These are great businesses. This is really something that's very cyclical and needs a mania in order to make a lot of money.